to unpack my Waterstones haul from my visit over the weekend. So this wasn't supposed to be a haul. This was supposed to be a browse, a Waterstones book browse. But then I kept seeing books that I liked, and then I realised that I had a voucher in my purse from my birthday, and I don't want it to expire. So I had to buy the books. I had to. So I've bought 4 books. They're all quite different. First book I featured on my browse with me in Waterstones is this book, which is On Sundays She Picked Flowers, which is a brand new release by Yaya Schofield. I won't read the whole blurb, but the summary at the bottom is a sinister and surreal Southern Gothic tale exploring retribution, family trauma, and the power of building oneself back up after breaking down. So it sounds amazing. I think she escapes, that the main character escapes an abusive life and tries to rebuild her life, but then kind of there are other things that come along in her life that try and stop her from doing that. It's actually not that long. It's only 230 pages long. It's not an author that I've heard of before or an author that I've seen, but they sound great. The cover is fabulous, and for a new book, a new release, that's how you convince someone. So this one was a bit more expensive than what I would normally pay. It's $16.99. I thought it was $10, but it's worth it. It's fine. So that's book 1. Book 2 is another one that I featured on my browse video. It's called The Children of Men by P.D. James. Tagline is the dystopian thriller of 2021. Now, I've not heard of this before. Early this morning, Friday the 1st of Jan 2021, 3 minutes after midnight, the last human being to be born on Earth was killed in a pub brawl. No child has been born for 25 years and the human race faces extinction. It sounds really interesting. I haven't read a good dystopian book in a while, so I'm excited for this one. It says it turns from a sci-fi to a classically unputtable down thriller. So it sounds like it's a bit of a mix of everything. This one is, how many pages? It's a bit longer, about 100 pages longer than the other one, 340 roughly. I don't know a lot about the author in this one. Again, a new author to me. I don't tend to follow books by author, although there is a book in this bag that contradicts that, but I tend to just go on cover and vibes and genre more. So not heard of this author, new for me. This one was also £10, the classic British book costs. Yeah, $9.99. So that's that one. Beyond Sundays We Pick Flowers, or Unpack Sundays She Picked Flowers was the most expensive book. Now, these ones are basically free. I mean, they were all free essentially because it was on a voucher. But these ones, I saw this one, Hecate. Now, I'll have a friend probably watch this who will go, I knew you would buy that one because it has gold on the cover. Anything with gold foiling on, she knows I'm a sucker for. But it's a retelling genre book, which I do love. It also has a great review on the back from Rosie Hewlett, who wrote a fantastic retelling that I cannot remember the name of, which is so annoying, and I can't Google it because you are my phone. But she's a fantastic retelling author. So it's also got sprayed edges. I never have sprayed edges. This is very exciting. This is also Waterstones Book of the Month. It's an exclusive edition, and because it was Book of the Month, I get a free hot drink in the cafe. How exciting. So that's this one. Now, this is buy one get one half price. So it would be silly to not get another book that I wanted when that was also buy one get one half price. So they're both $9.99, so I'm assuming yeah, I got £5 off one of them, which is great. So Hecate, retelling genre of kind of goddesses and gods, one of my favourite genres. I haven't read that in a while. This is the one that breaks the rule about me not following authors. So this is Immortal by Sue Lin Tan. I read Daughter of the Moon Goddess and the sequel in that duology beginning of last year, this time last year, and I loved them. They were written so beautifully. They were so interesting in terms of the world building and the characters. So when I saw she put out a new book, I had to have this one. So this again is quite fantastical. Her last book was based on Chinese mythology. I'm not sure about this one, so I will let people know when I review it. This is a hefty book. This one is like 450 odd pages, but I'm really excited to read this one because she's a really great author, so I'm happy to support authors that stand out to me. So £15 for those two, and that's great. So there's my most recent Waterstones haul. We have a fantasy, we have a historical retelling, a dystopian thriller, and I'm not sure how you class the last one. It said Southern Gothic, so 4 very different books that I think probably reflect how broad my reading tastes are, and I will let you know how they all are. £42 I think across all 4 books. I'm sure if we have any American viewers out there that they'll be quite jealous of the costs, but I think for my fellow Brits this is probably quite normal for what we'd expect to pay for our books. These are being added to my very long ever-growing TBR pile, but it's fine. You can never have too many books. It's all about supporting writers and the economy, isn't it? Happy reading.